Hi guys, Chester Westerford here, of course. So, I recently listened to the newest War Master box set from Big Finish, Killing Time. What did I think? Well, stick around to find out. As you probably know if you watched my Master ranking video, I've really been enjoying this series. I was a little disappointed with the last two, especially Anti-Genesis didn't really do it much for me. I'm not sure why, but this one really felt back to the form for the series. Much of what I enjoy about these sets is following along with the Master's plans and kind of learning as we go just what his maniacally brilliant mind is up to. And this set is a great one for that. As usual, the writing does a great job of building that suspense of wondering what is going to happen. Mostly. Now, onto the individual stories. So, first off in this set, we have the sincerest form of flattery, in which the Master has come to the Stagnant Protocol, an empire which has been affected by a time war weapon that makes it so they can never age or advance. They are literally locked in time. Stagnant, if you will. We open with the Master locked in a cell, and a very amusing little scene in which he tells a fellow political prisoner that he managed to get himself captured in order to talk to him. The Master tells this man that with his words and the other prisoner's voice, they will rule the Stagnant Protocol together. He is then informed by the guard that they removed the man's tongue and so he cannot speak. Already this kind of establishes what will become a main theme of the story. After that political prisoner is executed, the Master has a conversation with the guard, in which he tells her that guards bore him. They are just small pawns in the system who just stand around and do what they're told, while he observes the system from the outside, using its weaknesses to destroy it. He tells her that is what he is going to do to take over the Stagnant Protocol, and that one day she will be running for her life. As I say, this opening scene brilliantly sets up the plot which follows. The Master tries numerous ways to overtake control, but is thwarted every time by that guard who he was talking to, who sort of becomes his rival as she actually succeeds in working her way to the top. It's fascinating and kind of humorous to see this Master lose for once and be outsmarted by someone else. This story is very dark as always, but it also has a bit of fun with the interactions between these two rivals. The next story in this set is probably my biggest disappointment. Of course, the main selling point for this box set was that the War Master was going up against former classic series companions Joe Jones and Nissa of Trocken. This is the Joe one, and like I say, I was kind of disappointed. It wasn't bad necessarily, and maybe on a second listen I might like it better, but yeah, it just didn't do it for me. The actors did a good job with the material they were given. I just wasn't invested in the material. Jo has come for a party to be given by her favorite uncle, and amidst a series of confusing and bizarre incidents becomes convinced that this uncle is going to be swindled out of his money by some psychiatrist and a maid, whom she thinks have ingratiated themselves with him and turned him against her. I can see what they were trying to go for here. Have a kind of mind-bending situation where, well, we know the uncle is really the Master, and there's more than going on that meets the eye, and there's this weird jumping around thing, and it's confusing, and yeah, I don't know. We know that there's more going on than meets the eye, like I say, but I think that might be part of where it goes wrong. Because I knew it was the Master, I couldn't identify with Joe's struggle. I was just waiting the entire time for the Master to show himself so we could get to the good stuff. I had no previous connection with Joe's relationship to this uncle. It's just this random thing they introduced for this story. And so it just felt slow and boring. I don't know. And like I said, I just wanted it to get to the good stuff. See these two team off against each other. And also, this is supposed to be older Joe, like how she is in the Sarah Jane Adventures. But I feel like she's written like I would even say she's written younger than she was in the Pertwee era. I don't know, like she's 15 or something. I think I see what they were going for, but they should have gone farther with it. If they wanted to make it this bizarre, confusing thing, make it more like the Chimes of Midnight, where you actually felt the danger. I didn't feel danger about. I mean, I guess we knew that Joe was in danger, but I don't know, I just didn't feel any danger with the plot of Joe being worried about this random uncle we've never met before. And you know that there is no uncle, or at least that the master is not the uncle. I think that's you were supposed to feel scared for Joe because you know that it's the master and he's doing something, but I don't know, tell me what he's doing, not just that he's doing something. And then when we found out what he was doing, just kind of confusing. And was it real? Was it not real? Did he really set her up with Unit? Did he not? I don't even care. I think it's more interesting if he didn't. I don't know. It wasn't terrible, just yeah, it was a bit boring. Now for the next one. While in my opinion they disappointed with Joe's story, the opposite is actually really true of Nissa's tale. The orphan exceeded my expectations. Nissa is aboard a space station researching a cure for the plight of the residents of the Stagnant Protocol when she has sent help in the form of the Master posing as another scientist out to do good deeds and help cure the plague. Structure-wise, this one isn't miles away from the previous entry. You know, we know the Master's pretending to be someone he's not, Nissa doesn't know it, and we're waiting for the big reveal at the end in the confrontation between the two. This one is so much better because rather than trying to add something to a beloved character that we hadn't heard of before, like with Joe's uncle, this one plays brilliantly on everything we do know about Nissa. I won't go into any details, but the Master's manipulation is, well, kind of tragic to listen to, but interesting. And also, when we do finally get that confrontation, there's some meat and some suspense to it. When we get the confrontation in Joe's story, it's like, oh, I did all this stuff to you. Oh no, did you? Oh, is it true? Is it not true? Oh, so, you know, like, fight against it, and I don't know. Yeah, also, this one might have one of the most chilling endings of any Doctor Who related episodes ever. Based on the behind the scenes, apparently in the minds of the creative team, Nyssa does get out of this. Not sure how. I would love that to be explored sometime in the future, but yeah, this is a great episode. This is the best one of the set, definitely. I would recommend this set just for this episode alone. Now we come to the final episode, Unfinished Business. This one I thought was okay. Not great, not bad. Just kind of a wrap-up episode where the Master finally takes control of the Stagnant Protocol from his rival. There's more of the Master working in the background to complete his goal. The Daleks show up. It's pretty standard. The one thing that does intrigue me is they kind of set up for Calantha to have a possible return in the future. Personally, I like that. I really liked her character, and it would be interesting for this Master to have a new nemesis besides the Doctor. Not in every set, but one or two in the future might be fun. So, what did you guys think of the set? I'd give it an 8 out of 10 overall. Let me know in the comments below what you thought, and I'll see you next time.